Instead of throwing away an old toothbrush, heat it up and make something genius. Take a dish sponge and cut off a small piece. Snip a hole in the middle with scissors. Put some glue on the tip of the prepared toothbrush, insert it into the sponge, and press it in firmly. Add a drop of dish soap. Now put the toothbrush into a glass and scrub, reaching every spot with no effort. Perfect for tall glasses, narrow stemware, and bottles. My grandma's way to keep dishcloths clean and sterile. Put the dirty cloths in a big pot. Add 1 quart of water and a little dish soap. Sprinkle in some baking soda to lift the dirt. Boil the cloths for about 30 minutes. Add 1 ounce of vinegar to remove smells and leftover grime. Watch as the dirt literally comes out of the fabric. An old trusted trick from our grandmas. Place an egg yolk on a metal scrubber and see how this amazing trick works. A dirty oven is every homemaker's nightmare, and cleaning it can take forever. You only need 1 egg. Separate the white from the yolk. The yolk not only adds shine to clean surfaces, but also contains natural fats and lecithin that help dissolve burnt residue. Prepare the metal scrubber and add the yolk to it. Sprinkle everything with salt. It softens burnt grease and makes it easier to lift off. Add baking soda. Baking soda acts as a natural cleaner and tackles even tough, dried-on stains. Finally, pour vinegar over it. That's when the magic begins. The mixture starts to fizz and dissolve dirt with almost no effort. The reaction instantly loosens grime and grease. Gently scrub with the metal pad and watch all the dirt come off on its own. Even old burn marks disappear in seconds. Finish by wiping everything with a sponge. Done. Your oven shines like new without chemicals and without tiring scrubbing. It's the only method you'll ever use. Light a candle first. Without it, your recipe won't work. Before I explain why this step is so important, get a tall jar and make sure it's clean and dry. Crack 3 fresh eggs into the jar. Then pour in about 2 cups of canola oil. That's what gives the mayo its creamy texture. Add 1 tablespoon of vinegar plus a pinch of salt and sugar. This balances the flavor perfectly. Now add a spoonful of mustard. That's what gives it its unique aroma and character. Take a hand blender and mix for about 2 minutes. You'll see the mixture quickly turn pale and creamy with a silky texture. In just a few minutes, you'll have homemade mayonnaise that tastes so good, you'll never want the store-bought kind again. And here's why the candle was so important. It gently warms the air and helps bring all the ingredients to a similar temperature. That's the key to making sure the mayo doesn't separate and turns out perfectly smooth. I'll never buy store-bought burrata again. This homemade recipe has saved me a lot of money. Start by measuring out about 2 quarts of fresh whole milk, preferably raw or minimally processed. Heat it to around 115 degrees Fahrenheit, using a kitchen thermometer for accuracy. Once the milk reaches the right temperature, add 5 tablespoons of 10% distilled white vinegar. The vinegar naturally curdles the milk, separating the curds from the whey. Stir slowly with a wooden spoon until curds form and begin to separate. Strain the mixture through a fine sieve or cheesecloth, keeping the whey in a bowl. Begin gently kneading the warm curds over the whey until they become elastic. This is your mozzarella, which will be the outer shell of the burrata. Add 1 teaspoon of salt to the whey and place the cheese back into the liquid. Continue kneading with a wooden spoon until the mass becomes smooth, stretchy, and uniform. To remove excess moisture, wrap the cheese in cheesecloth and gently squeeze. Finally, rinse the burrata in lukewarm water and place it in a light brine, or serve it right away. A creamy center, delicate shell, and fresh flavor, just like in the Italian countryside. And the best part? You made it yourself, right in your own kitchen. Combine milk with vinegar. You won't find a better way. Take a fairly large pot and pour in 2 liters of whole milk. Place the pot on the stove over medium heat and prepare a kitchen thermometer to carefully monitor the temperature. Gradually heat the milk until it reaches exactly 46 degrees Celsius, making sure it doesn't boil. Once the milk reaches 46 degrees, measure out 5 tablespoons of 10% distilled vinegar. Slowly pour the vinegar into the pot and gently stir. As you stir, you'll notice soft white curds forming. When enough curds have formed, pour the mixture through a strainer. Using a wooden spoon, press the curds on the strainer to shape them into a uniform form. This step ensures a denser texture, allowing the cheese to be sliced into pieces. Place the fresh cheese on a plate, drizzle it with olive oil, and serve with crusty bread. The resulting flavor is so rich, creamy, and delicious that it's hard to believe it comes from such simple ingredients. It's perfect for a special family breakfast or a meal during a regular week. Flourless bread. Its baking method is quite surprising. Start by placing 500 grams of cottage cheese into a bowl. Next, add 40 grams of flax seeds. Also pour in 300 grams of oats. Add pumpkin seeds. Add a tablespoon each of baking powder and salt. Take 3 large eggs, crack them, and add them to the mixture. This will help create the perfect consistency. Then, blend the mixture into a fairly smooth mass using a blender. Thoroughly mix all the ingredients with the blender. Finally, add pumpkin seeds. Spread the dough on a baking mat, shape it into a loaf, and transfer it to a baking tray lined with parchment paper. Bake the bread at 180 degrees Celsius for 60 minutes. After that time, the bread is ready. Its crust is perfectly crispy, and the cottage cheese is completely undetectable. Once cooled, store the loaf in a jar to keep it fresh. Enjoy a healthy, high-fiber snack. Combine milk with vinegar. There's no better way. The ingredient list is not long, and the preparation is also very simple, though it requires a bit of patience. Take a fairly large pot and pour 1.5 liters of milk into it. Heat the milk until foam appears, then pour in apple cider vinegar or lemon juice. I use apple cider vinegar exactly 3 tablespoons. Stir and cook the liquid for another 5 minutes, then remove the pot from the heat. Transfer the formed cheese curds to a strainer suspended over a bowl and gently press out the excess liquid. Then place the cheese in a cloth or another natural fabric. Let the excess liquid drain. Put the cheese in the refrigerator to cool. It tastes much better when cold. Homemade cottage cheese is a great addition to sandwiches. Take your favorite bread, slice it, and spread the cheese on top. It tastes delicious. It's worth preparing for an important family breakfast or even for a meal during the regular week. My youngest sister spotted this coleslaw at her future mother-in-law's barbecue. Since then, I've been making it for almost every family gathering. Let me show you how. I start with red cabbage. First, I finely shred it using a mandolin. Then salt and gently massage it to soften. This step really makes a difference. The cabbage becomes tender yet still crunchy. In a clean bowl, I prepare the dressing. A generous tablespoon of plain yogurt, 1 tablespoon of mayonnaise, and finely chopped spring onion. I mix everything thoroughly until smooth. For a little kick, I add a pinch of dried garlic and season with freshly ground pepper. I also pour in a splash of apple cider vinegar. It perfectly lifts the flavor and adds lightness. Now it's time to combine all the ingredients. I pour the dressing over the cabbage and add chopped pickled cucumber and thinly sliced white onion. I mix it all well. This coleslaw is fresh, full of flavor, and has the perfect balance of creaminess and crunch. No wonder it caught everyone's attention at that barbecue.